It is 6:30. Calling this meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Okay, we're going to start off with Commissioner Ramos.
Present.
Commissioner Maharaj. Commissioner Hobson-Cord.
Here.
Commissioner Foley.
Here.
Commissioner De Natale.
Here.
Commissioner Cancino. Commissioner Bowen.
Here.
Commissioner Bond.
Here.
Commissioner Boldenweck.
Here.
Vice Chair Mardahay. And Chair Campagna.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So agenda review, we're going to do approval of the minutes. We'll check if there's any citizen participation. We'll touch on some unfinished business, check out some new business. We'll get updates from our subcommittees and then close out our meeting with items from commission, items from staff, check out our correspondence, and we will adjourn from there. So approval of the minutes. Everybody was emailed out the minutes from Bella last week, or Gabby, sorry, I just called you Bella. Wow, my bad. From Gabby last Friday. Any changes to the minutes? Anything that needs to be changed there? Sorry, Gabby.
No changes from staff.
Okay, hearing nothing. I just want to note that Zubin just came in. Okay, moving on to citizen participation. Do we have any comments from citizens at this point?
It looks like there might be one member of the public, so welcome. You are not obligated. You don't have to have any public comment, but if you do, feel free to drop me a chat or raise your hand. And I don't see anything in our email box either.
Okay, we're going to keep it moving. Thank you. Going on to item number 6, unfinished business. We have to select a media for our July and October art shows. So I believe I'm going to pass it to Ursi at this point.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ryan. At the last meeting, the January meeting, I let the commission know that the 2 art shows at the latter end of the year in July and August at this juncture have no media defined. For purposes of promotion and preparation, we've asked the subcommittee chairs of both those shows to identify some or propose some media which we will then use in our promotions moving forward. So that's what I am hoping that a decision can be made on that. So anything that I push out in the future can include you know, whatever it is going to happen in July and August, rather than just noting to be decided, which is what I would do otherwise. So I guess I leave it to the subcommittee chairs to speak to what their thoughts are or decisions are on that. And if the commission approves, we can move forward with that.
Ursi, I thought I sent you an email on that.
Yes, you send me some ideas, but I don't know what your final decisions are on that. So, or final recommendations are. So if you want to tell the commission what your thoughts are.
Oh, okay. So for the July show, we're thinking arts and crafts as being the focus, but because we often have a larger collection, if we include 2D art, to also allow for 2D art as long as it does not involve computers or digital, because the theme that I'm going to suggest, and this is something that is ideally going to be done with the subcommittee. We just haven't had a chance to meet. The theme would be sort of handmade or made with hands, and that kind of theme. So so definitely encouraging fine crafts, arts and crafts, and then allowing for 2D art as long as it's made by hand.
So I guess through the chair, if the commission approves of that, then we can move forward with that as far as the media. And when the subcommittee is ready to, give us a theme, and that really doesn't come, is necessary until about 3 months prior to the event, we can finalize that and make it those decisions at that time.
And for the October meeting, for the October show, I have not had a meeting either, but I would like to stick with the Day of the Dead theme and have it, if nothing else, just listed as general art.
All right, cool. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to be moving on in our agenda on to item number 7, new business.
Sorry, Ryan. I think we're looking just for an action item, right, Ursi, to confirm then that staff will move forward with the planning the media for the July and October art show.
I'll make a motion to approve those mediums and themes for the respective art shows.
Second.
And then we should just do a roll call vote just because.
Okay, so I'm going to call everyone's name one at a time and just let me know how you'd like to vote. Let's start with Commissioner Ramos,
Yeah, I agree.
Commissioner Maharaj,
I agree.
Commissioner Hobson-Cord,
I agree.
Commissioner Foley,
Yes.
Commissioner De Natale,
Yes.
Commissioner Cancino, Commissioner Bowen,
Yes.
Commissioner Bond,
I think that was a yes. It didn't come through.
I'm going to repeat,
Oh,
Commissioner
sorry,
Bond,
that was a yes.
Commissioner Boldenweck,
Yes.
Vice Chair Mardahay,
Is absent.
and then Chair Campagna.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I'm moving too quick. Okay, now on to new business. I don't see anything listed on the agenda, so I'll open this up. Is there any new business? Okay, not hearing anything. So we are going to go to item number 9, 8, 9, something. 2 subcommittees. Roman numerals. I don't know the last time I had to count in those. Subcommittees. Okay, looking to Michael for strategic vision.
Yeah, so we conducted the the Public Art Plan Consultant Selection Process Committee, consulted the interviews. That process has completed. So now they're just being ranked and vetted through the city. As we were doing those interviews, a couple things came out of it. Is what ways can we as a commission today help support them in helping us with this plan? So they're going to conduct extensive research and meetings with us to get our ideas, the community's ideas. But with that, I know that we've spent quite a bit of time over the last couple of years putting together a guidance document that's been shared at least annually with this group. So Angela has put it into the packet that you all received so that it's there with the agenda. Take a moment to just look at it, familiarize yourself with it, make notes as to, you know, what isn't in there that you want to make sure to express. Because as we start to move toward that process, I just want to make sure we're all ready, as well as our community members are ready to express what we've been wanting and express, that. So with that, there's also a community engagement piece. I don't want to take too much from Millie because I've already shared it with her for the community engagement subcommittee, but I'll just look to the places that you are involved with in the community or can identify in the community, and start to make a list as well, or send it to the community engagement team of who those leaders are in the organizations, or who those community members are, so that we reach every corner of our city and in diversity and scope and neighborhoods. Who are the key players that we want involved in that process? That's it. That's the update for now for the strategic vision.
Awesome. Thank you. That's been a long time coming, so I'd love to hear that it's happening. All right. Subcommittee number 2, sculpture.
Nothing at this time, Ryan.
No worries. Thank you.
One update from staff that we haven't had time to communicate with the sculpture subcommittee yet, and it's unfortunate news about Rusty the dog. And let me share my screen here. Rusty the dog at Orange Park was vandalized. Can you guys see that? So our parks crew has tried to clean it up, but because of the rusty nature of Rusty the dog, it's a very porous surface and very hard to remove the paint. So our parks team has been trying to get in touch with the artist for some help or advice about how best to clean this up. We do have some options for like using a wire wheel or something to grind off all of that paint, but before we go there, just wanted to get some advice or just trying to get a response from the artist before we take that step.
Bummer. Thank you for the update. Okay, now I'm going to pass it to Urban Art for what should be an exciting update.
It is exciting. So Michael is part of a mural class that is taught by a professor at Skyline. Is it Skyline College? Skyline. Anyway, professor who presented to us tonight on a really fabulous opportunity to basically put a mural in our community that is painted by his students. We saw some examples of some of his students' art and some of past public art projects that his class has done. It's fantastic, really great work, high quality, and one of the really key things about this is that it will be free to the city of South San Francisco if we can move quickly and provide approval around around an appropriate site. So we have a plan around that. One of the things that we wanted to share with the group tonight is that we're seeking basically general commission approval to be able to select the site, and then also allow the subcommittee to have purview over the final design. Because of the timeline, in order to take advantage of this, we could get a pretty major piece of mural art in our community for essentially free. So very exciting. Thank you again, Michael, for being so proactive about it. Very cool. Thank you everybody for being able to meet on a short notice to get the process started. And the idea here is that if we can get through the process quickly, then we will be inviting Amir, who's the professor, to present sort of the final ideas, or at least a rough ideas, and a little bit more about the project to the Complete General Commission at the next
Great.
general meeting. So, if there are any questions. And I also had a question for staff, if there were any updates about Prometheus.
Yes, phase 2 has begun. So if you recall, the project was divided into two phases. Phase 1 was just to do enough cleanup, including removing the gray splotches of graffiti paint that covered the mural. So just enough cleanup in time for the Caltrain mural ribbon cutting, which was inevitably canceled. And then just due to scheduling, the artists who are doing the renovation took a break for the second half of January and have started up again at the beginning of February. So I actually have a picture here that I can also share with all of you. So the top is, as we originally found it. The middle photo is what I had shared last time. And then the bottom photo was taken on February 14th. And you can see that they have been able to make some progress from, last month to this month in terms of removing some of this graffiti that was here. And the photos don't do it as much justice as you see it in person. The colors are just so much more brilliant. And a lot of the little details that you notice up close have kind of been fixed. So they did encounter a hiccup with their scissor lift. I think they haven't really been able to get up top yet, but that's since been resolved and will be continuing again soon. I did ask if there's a good time for us to get out there and visit them while they're at work. And so if we are able to coordinate, sometimes we'll let the commission know in case any of you are interested in making a visit.
What a wonderful update. It's definitely coming along.
Awesome. Anything else from Urban Art? Okay, well, shout out to that group, really doing some amazing things, pushing like great work through this commission. Prometheus looks great. Thank you to city staff, and also Risha, great job handling that group. Michael, great job bringing that Amir in. So like super exciting stuff going on. Great update. Thank you. Now I'm going to pass it to Sarah for youth art programs. This is the exciting part of the year for youth art. So I'm excited to hear this too.
Hi, everyone. So we don't have any big new updates, but we definitely have some exciting things on the horizon. So the Youth Art Show is scheduled for April 29th to the 30th. And I think I reported at the last meeting that we have settled on the theme of celebrating diversity, which is going to be really exciting and great. And then we have our annual fundraiser event planned for August 28th, which we are hoping we can bring back the barbecue as an in-person event, and that will be at the Fernecky's building, assuming all things go according to plan. So all of that planning should be underway soon, and we hope to have some great updates for you going forward. That's all I have. I don't know if staff, Angela or Ursi, you guys had anything to add.
Thank you, Sarah. No, we should have more information available by the next meeting, or sooner, definitely, than that. So on the Youth Art Show.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Next up, going to pass it to Paula Claudine for an update on our photography exhibit that will be starting up shortly.
Thank you, Ryan. So the momentum moving forward, virtual photography show will begin on Monday, February the 21st and ends on March 21st. The exhibit features 24 submissions by 11 artists. 6 entries were awarded. In addition to the online exhibit, all the awardees' art is on display in the MSB atrium window, and a TV monitor will also run a video display of all the entries. The installation of the atrium window is in progress right now, and I understand that it should be completed Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. The window exhibit will run concurrently with the virtual exhibit, and therefore will end on March the 21st. Also, the awardees will be invited to our March meeting to receive recognition, and a viewer survey will be incorporated into the exhibits. That's about all I have. Ursi, do you have anything else to add?
No, that was it. That covers pretty much everything. Paula Claudine, thank you. I think you'll, I hope you will enjoy it. We have, in spite of the fact that we were hoping to do it in person but things changed about, we still got a pretty decent quantity of art, some very exceptional pieces, and several returning artists. So that was nice, and a couple of new ones. So
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
I know that took a lot of turnaround on Ursi's end. We made the decision to make that virtual last meeting. So just want to recognize that work. Thank you, Ursi and Paul Claudine. Great update.
Thank you.
Next up on the agenda is performing arts. So Paul Claudine.
Sorry.
Oh,
Can I
go
interrupt
for
to
it.
ask a quick question?
Of course.
Do we have a target date for the next show? Is it A? B, is it going to be in person? And C, are we going to be signing up for the commissioners to be helping with that, just as a reminder? And then D, if yes to all of those, could we start that sign up actually sooner rather than later, because I'm scheduling out? Is that possible?
So yes, once again, Risha, thank you for your question. We are treading that little tightrope of what's going to happen in terms of COVID. The rooms are reserved for April 29th, 30th. So I think the intent is for it to be in person with some kind of virtual representation as well. But in my crystal ball, I can't guarantee. But we can certainly have, forecasting to what has been done in the past, we can certainly prepare a docent list. And if commissioners are ready to sign up for a time frame, it can be available, and if things change, then we'll just kind of, as they say, roll with the punches on that. So my concern is even in the best of worlds, we're out of COVID, I still have concerns about participation, only because the schools are still, as I understand it, in a very crazed state of disorientation due to COVID, and teachers not being available, and just all the things that are going on at schools. So, but we will do everything we can to make it happen one way or the other. Yes. So for the next meeting, I can certainly prepare a docent list.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, performing arts, Paula Claudine.
Don't have any updates at this time. I think where we left off the last meeting, Angela had informed us that the idea that we had for that live performance event is going to be put on hold at the moment. So I don't know if Angela has any additional updates, but I don't have any this evening.
No, no updates right now. I think we're considering opportunities to connect this type of performance again with a future art show, but I haven't been able to sit and review any guidelines based on the city attorney's feedback yet.
Okay. Thank you,
All right.
Angela.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next up is going to be community engagement. I would typically pass to Millie, but she's not here. I'm on this commission and I'm drawing a blank if we have an update right now. So I don't know if maybe this is a time for somebody else to step up and, you know, make me look less bad.
So,
Yeah,
Ryan?
I'm on that as well, and there's no new update.
And I think the update that I gave earlier, it kind of works out perfectly then, because Millie and I had communicated that between subcommittees, and she probably hasn't just been able to bring that subcommittee together yet to discuss it. But
Yeah, that's what happened. There we go. Thank you. Look at that. Everybody's stepping up here. Okay, cool. So that concludes our subcommittee report out. So next up, we're going to go to items from commission.
I wanted to just bring up a couple things. First, wanted to bring up the acknowledgement that Tanforan will be going away, and that will displace the Peninsula Arts Foundation, which also has a gallery and a studio and artist studios in that space. I know originally they were displaced from Belmont to Burlingame, then found that space in San Bruno. I don't have a personal connection to them or relationship with them, I should say, but it is something for us just to kind of be aware of, try to support if we can, or consider if we have any unused space here. I don't know, building our community bigger. So it's a random thought, but it was relevant within this past couple weeks. The next thing I wanted to mention is tomorrow is the Day of Remembrance, which honors the 80th anniversary of the signing of the executive order, which imprisoned Japanese in this area and across the country during World War II. With that, my cousin is hosting an event with artists featuring, it's an online event, it's tomorrow, and it features a comic book artist, an author, and a photographer. So it is, I will copy the link into our Zoom chat. I just wasn't able to get it into the correspondence sooner, so. That's all.
When you say Tanforan's going away, literally the whole thing, or just the museum?
The whole thing eventually. So that whole lot did get sold off, which it's been kind of planned for a while. So yeah, I don't know the timing of it, but it will be an imminent displacement for them.
Thank you, Michael. Any other items from commission before we move on? All right, not hearing any, so we're going to keep it moving. Items from staff, we have two. Library and Park and Rec site tour, and then upcoming general plan events.
And I have a few others too, but I'll let Gabby start.
All right, so I'm gonna take the first one, you guys. So last week, I believe it was, Greg sent an email to all of you guys about the tour opportunity of the new library Parks and Recreation site across the street from MSB. And we have, a couple of you guys have responded to the doodle poll. We have 2 tour dates available. One is on Wednesday, the 23rd, which is next Wednesday, from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And the other is February 24th, which is the Thursday next week, from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. If you guys can, find that email and fill out that poll, that would be wonderful. Just because we do have to assign people certain days depending on their availability, because the company we're going through wants us to have a set number of people each day. Also in the chat, I'm going to put my email. If you don't want to fill out the doodle poll or can't, just send me an email if you can come to either of those or can't come to either of those. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities to tour, but it is a pretty exciting feat that's happening for us. So it would be great if you guys could come check it out.
I went to the last one and it was pretty cool. Just
Yeah.
a plug.
You can actually go up to the roof even now. So you go up to
Oh,
the first,
yeah.
second,
Wow.
third floors and the roof, and the views are spectacular of our future art studio space up there. It's really going to be amazing.
That's the bonus. You get to go up this time. Okay, thank you, Gabby. I'll move on to the next thing, which is just highlighted in your packet, upcoming general plan events. So this is just another opportunity for all of you to represent art interests in the general plan. And I think they're sharing a draft. I have not yet had the chance to view the full draft myself, but I think there are some art elements represented in there. And then, of course, anything else as far as the city's general plan that you all might be interested in. This is the time when they're seeking community feedback again on the draft itself. So that is one item for me. And then the other is just another brief COVID update. As you all probably heard in the news, the mask mandate has been lifted in San Mateo County. So vaccinated people are not required to wear masks, even in city buildings. So at least that's where we are at this point in time. A few exceptions are like in our childcare programs, preschool programs, and adult daycare. But otherwise, we're just strongly encouraging masks, but not requiring them for vaccinated individuals. And I don't know what this will mean when it comes time for our youth art show, but just something for you all to keep in mind with respect to your own individual choices and participation in public settings. But that's many weeks away and things change so fast. So I think that's it for me. I know Greg has one announcement, but I don't know if Aaron or Ursi have anything to add before we get to that.
I'll just do a quick follow-up to Michael's comment about Tanforan closing. The founder of the Peninsula Arts Council, the museum, Ruth, oh my God, her name slipped out of my brain. Anyway, yes, she has been wonderfully supportive of some of the Cultural Art Commission's public art and other projects throughout the year. She has often come to the opening. So there is a little bit of a personal connection in terms of her involvement. So I have not had the opportunity to visit the Tanforan site yet. I want to get there. My understanding, based on articles I read, is that the entire site will close, but they have not determined what dates or how they will close at this juncture. So I guess if you just follow in the news, you might find out more. But if you want to go to the museum, I suggest you do it soon. That's all I have. Thank you.
It's a fantastic museum too. The exhibits were phenomenal. And it's really cool. You can walk through the art spaces and meet with the artists. So yeah, it's going to be a shame that it'll be lost eventually, but hopefully can be picked back up somewhere.
I'll reach out to our economic and community development staff too, and maybe they can do some outreach and find a home. It'd be really great to have that amenity in South City, but I'll talk to our ECD director and see if they have any connections with them.
Awesome. Thank you, Greg.
Mhm. This is
Right.
my turn.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Ryan. So that's some really great news, really for the entire department. I think the city. We have finally selected our business services manager, who will help support our department's divisions within the department. And Aaron O'Brien was selected as our business manager. Congrats to Aaron, well deserved. And what this means for the commission is she will sort of transition into being more of your liaison, working with Ursi, kind of replacing what Angela's role is in helping support you all. So Erin is, I think you've met her past few meetings here, has a wonderful background in art and recreation, and will no doubt continue to be just a wonderful asset to this group. So that's one super exciting piece of information. Angela will be starting tomorrow our acting deputy director, so she'll be backfilling for my old role. So she'll continue to help provide leadership to this group, and we will hopefully fill that position permanently pretty soon. And then Kelly Jo Cullinan, I know some of you may know her, Ryan especially, Steve Sorkver, will be our acting recreation manager backfilling for Angela. So there's a lot of ripples here, a lot of exciting change, but it's all very good stuff for the department. So I'm just happy it's kind of progressing the way it is. So it's all good. I think that's it. So
I am still around and still very much vested in all of our recreation programs, including cultural arts. And since many of these ripples are still of staff in existing roles, you know, we're here to support each other. But it's with great relief, not just for the promotional opportunities, which are wonderful for our team, but also, if you recall, when COVID hit, our budget was frozen, and we've been living in the freezer for far too long with all of the projects, new projects and very exciting things going on in South San Francisco. So I really hope this helps us move on more opportunities all around in recreation and cultural arts, and even on our capital projects.
And I'll just quickly say I'm really excited to work further with each of you guys and your subcommittees as we continue to do great work that you guys are all doing for our community. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Way to go, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I admire everybody that works for Park and Rec so much. So all so well deserving, and I'm happy that we can continue to work together too. So that's really cool. Glad nobody's like dipping out on us. So that's awesome. Any other items from staff?
I just wanted to make note that Risha dropped in the chat if it's possible to post a link or address for the Tanforan Museum. And I don't have it handy. I don't know if someone else does.
Or like a phone number, so I don't just show up and wander around and then find out it's closed.
It's on the upper level, Risha, and right almost directly across from some of the food vendors, towards almost all the way to the center on the north side.
Gallery. Yeah, so I'll specify a little more. So the gallery is on that wing that Lynn mentioned, just right next to the movie theater and above the food court. And then there's the artist studios, which are outside of the corridor that Target exits on, also on the upper level.
There's a link. Thank you very much.
To the commission and Risha specifically, I'm not sure that it made it in time for the correspondence, which is coming up anyway. But I believe I just very recently got a notice about an exhibit that they're having of youth art by a San Francisco organization. At any rate, I'm not at work right now. I'm out of the office, so I don't have my tech easily available, but I will send that to forward it to the whole commission, and you can check out. It has the hours, I think, listed as well. So yeah, I will get that to you. Certainly, well, by Tuesday at the latest, but perhaps tomorrow.
Beautiful, thank you.
Okay, enough awkward silence, so it's my time to talk again. Okay, next up, thank you, staff, all really cool updates, always something good happening. Correspondence, those were emailed out by Gabby. You can find those in your email inbox. So if there is nothing else, I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 7:10. It's a quick one tonight.
Quick one. Good for you, Ryan.
Hey, we're rolling. We're rocking
Yep.
and rolling.